Welcome to the Fitness Business Blueprint podcast, and today we're going to talk about 7 non-negotiable rules to grow a successful, profitable fitness studio. Now, this is based on my 12 years of experience growing multiple fitness studios in multiple countries and helping fitness professionals all over the world achieve similar results. So right now, if you're making anywhere from 5 to 15 or 20,000 a month or so in your fitness studio or bootcamp, and you want to get to the next level, these are the 7 steps that you need to get in place. The first principle is to charge premium prices for what you do. Now, fit pros make a huge mistake of undercharging. This is one of the biggest problems that we have to deal with. And the longer you do this for, the harder it's going to be to turn things around later on. So I know how it is when you start off, you're only considering your own payroll, you don't have a lot of big overheads, and maybe you're a little unconfident because you haven't tested out the concept yet, and so you end up charging people less money. And the problem with that is that it'll attract people in, you'll make a lot of sales, but the more customers you build up, the more expensive it actually becomes to serve them, because working with the first 20 or 30 customers is okay. But what happens then, when you get to 50, 60, 70, 100 clients, your costs start to increase. Unless you want to work 90 hours a week, you'll have to start hiring another trainer. You'll have to hire someone to help with all the admin. You might have to hire someone to take care of the Facebook ads. You might need to hire someone to take care of sales. You might even need to get a bigger location. And if you're in the UK or certain places that charge VAT, when you grow your income beyond a certain point, you're going to have to pay more in taxes. So what happens is when you've got 20 clients in the beginning, you can afford to charge less prices. But when you have 100 clients, your cost of delivering the service and your taxes have gone up, meaning that if they're only paying like £60 a month, for example, it's not going to go very far and you're not going to have any profits. And that is going to stop you from scaling the company. Number 2, the second rule, talking about profits there, is to focus on profitability over revenue. Profitability is more important than revenue. It doesn't matter if you can make £50,000 a month if your profit margin is only 2%. It's much better to have a business that only makes 10,000 revenue, but you actually keep 5,000 as profit. So if you make the first mistake and you undercharge, that's going to be the biggest thing that is going to destroy your profitability the bigger the business gets, because your costs will increase, but your profits won't. So profits are important. Revenue, as they say, revenue is, or turnover is vanity, profit is actual success. And you want to have profits because ultimately that's how you can then reinvest in the business, by reinvesting profits in order to get more equipment, build a bigger location, open another location, or even start hiring people. You need profitability to pay yourself and reinvest into the business. The third primary rule for growing a fitness business is you have to track your KPIs, your key performance indicators, because without good data, you can't make good decisions as a leader. So some of the basic KPIs that every gym owner must know include your average cost per lead, your cost of acquisition, your upsell rates, retention rates, churn rates, gross profit, net profit, and at least once a month do a basic P&L or income statement overview so you know how much is coming in and how much is going out. The fourth rule is you have to build a systems-dependent business rather than a people-dependent business. So if you don't build systems in place, then you will forever be a slave to doing the work of the business. So I was able to outsource my first bootcamp because I documented everything that I did into a checklist, a script, a template, or a video tutorial that somebody else could then come in and model and do on my behalf. Now, in the beginning, people who come into your business won't be able to do the job as well as you, but that's okay. The better the systems you give them, and then the more you actually train that person and give them time to get the reps in, they'll actually become just as good as you, and that frees up your time to focus on other areas of the business. Rule number 5 is you have to embrace marketing and sales. You've got to be proactive in generating leads, paid advertising, organic marketing, putting out content, following up with those leads, following up with the prospects on a phone call, making sales, learning how to close over the phone. The truth is that the fit pros that reject marketing and sales, the ones that say, well, I don't like marketing, I don't like selling, I just want to be a good trainer, they will be a great trainer, but they'll be broke. Because the fact is the broke trainers are always the ones that resist marketing and sales. The same way if you have a client at your gym who says, I don't like fruits and vegetables and healthy foods, they're going to stay overweight. It's as simple as that. So you need to embrace marketing and sales if you want a successful business. Rule number 6, when you have a team on board, make sure that you're being a mentor, not just a boss. So always invest in your team's personal and professional development. Your team should be assets that appreciate over time and add more value to your business. And essentially, as Richard Branson says, your job is to build your team, and then your team will build your business. So treat the team members the way you'd want them to treat your clients. Give them the tools, the systems, the training, and the leadership to help them become better within your company. Because if you don't, and if a team member believes that they're growing themselves faster than your company is growing, and they feel they're going to outgrow you, that is when they're going to leave and go and do it themselves, and they might actually become a competitor to you. So you've got to make sure that you're growing the business at a good rate that they can see themselves growing within your container. And number 7 is personal growth for yourself, because I always say that a business can only grow to the size of the consciousness of its owner. Meaning your mindset is the limiting factor to how much money you're going to make. And specifically, I would say it's down to your level of self-awareness, your level of knowledge, and your level of discipline. So the way you develop those 3 areas or constructs of mindset is, number 1, being self-aware and knowing that you don't know what you don't know, which means you should always be learning. Learn more about marketing, learn more about sales, learn more about business growth, learn more about team leadership. Always invest in a mentor who is a few steps ahead of you. That is the fastest shortcut that's going to make you more money than anything. I would never be where I am today if I wasn't continually investing in the best mentors I could find. And then once you know what to do, you then have to do the tasks that need to be done every day with discipline. And discipline is just doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel that day. The same way, if you want to get in the best shape, you're going to do that workout. You're going to eat that chicken and rice. You're going to do what needs to be done with consistency over a long time, and then you will magically get the results. At least that's how it looks to other people. But actually, you're just following a very simple process. So that's the 7 non-negotiable rules that you need to put in place to grow a successful fitness studio. Let me know what you think of this list. Did I miss anything out? What would you add? Comment below. And if you got any value from this, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It'll really help me out to get this shown to more people. And I can keep this ad-free. All right, see you next time.